Hi, Paul Shepard here, and I want to wish us all a happy new year. But I want to take a moment and do a little bit more than that, because I want to help us all actually get a happy 2024. And there are two parts to this story, and both of them remind us of travel. So let's start with traveling by car. Say you're on a road trip to the Rockies or something. And let me open with a question. When you are driving the car, are you in control? I know, it's a weird question. But you know, I've asked people this before, and many people say, well, yes, of course I'm in control. I'm steering, I control the speed, I control the music, I control the temperature in the cabin. Valid, of course. But you know, many people, when you ask them, say, well, no, I'm not really in control when I drive. Because they say, well, I have no control over the traffic, I have no control over the weather, I don't control whether or not the car breaks down. Again, valid points. So maybe the question, are you in control when driving, isn't a great question. Maybe a better question is, when you're driving, what do you control, what do you not control? But I think an even better question is this. Given that unexpected things will happen when you drive, particularly on a road trip, how do we respond to those unexpected things? So imagine taking a road trip in a car. Maybe you've done it before. And how do we react when things happen we don't expect? Like, as a random example, it's really pouring rain when you're trying to set up the tent. Or maybe you go to a hotel because you're sick of the rain and you had a reservation but they lost it, and guess what? They're full. How do we respond to these unexpected events on road trips? Some people just play the victim card and they fixate on the negatives. For example, when these people describe a trip, they will only tell you about the worst parts of the journey. They'll tell you about the restaurant they went to where the service was terrible, instead of telling you about the wonderful scenery that they saw. I mean, for some of these people, the trip is defined by what went badly. But other people realize unexpected events open up new opportunities. When these people describe their road trip, they tell you about the fun curio museum they discovered because they got a flat tire, or some other delight they only found because their plans took a back seat to reality. For these people, the trip is defined by what was fun and interesting. I remember Marjorie and I taking a camping trip from Toronto to Calgary on a motorcycle. And on the way back, we had to go through snow and really cold temperatures. And because we were freezing, we didn't even have a windshield, we stopped many, many times and discovered there were all kinds of little local museums on Highway 2. Places you would normally ignore, but actually were kind of interesting. You know, curio museums like the Museum of Mustard, for example, that you'd never stop at if you had any control. And I wanted to talk about road trips as a lead-in to talking about having a great 2024. Because in many ways, people respond to life the same way we respond to road trips. When things go wrong in life, and they will go wrong, do we play the victim card and fixate on the negative? Or do we see unexpected events as opportunities for new and interesting things? Because I can pretty much guarantee 2024 will include unexpected events. And the best way to enjoy 2024 is to see those unexpected events as opportunities for new life, new relationships, new ways of being. When reality gets in the way of our plans, I hope we can all use the gift and see the gift of new life hidden within. Because if we can do that, we will have a great 2024. I could stop there, but I want to say something about air travel too. What's the last time you flew on an airplane? Remember back to a time when you had to pay extra fees for what they called excess luggage? And do you remember how did you feel when the airline charged you that money for excess baggage? I don't think I've ever met a person who did not object to paying for excess baggage. I mean, for one thing, we always complain about extra fees, right? But more than that, nobody ever thinks we have excess baggage. I mean, we are normal people. We just need our stuff. Normal luggage cannot be excessive by definition, right? Well, of course, nobody wants to pay for excess baggage on a vacation. And yet, due to a very interesting quirk in human nature, most people I know are willing to pay large costs to carry excess emotional baggage every other day of the year. Emotional baggage is expensive. Emotional baggage is way more expensive than what the airline tried to charge you the last time you flew. If you really want a better 2024, start by ditching some of your excess emotional baggage. If you need help naming your baggage or getting rid of it, talk to a friend you trust or speak with me. I'm here for you. Name your baggage, put it down, walk away. You got this. I'm so excited to spend 2024 with you all, and I look forward to a great year together. Happy New Year.